Good morning. It's ride time in the country. So I'm in Wollombi for the first time in my life, and I've taken my son with me in another loaner car from Hyundai. This one's a Kona, and it's our first experience in an all-electric vehicle. And we're about 140, 150, maybe 160 kilometres north of Sydney. And guess what? We got here on a charge, and we'll get back on a charge. And life is good because we're up in Christie Scrivener country. This is the weekend of the first Wollombi Gravel Fest. And we turned up on Friday evening. It's now Saturday morning. We had a delicious dinner at Myrtle and Stone. We bumped into a couple of other bike riders. Well, actually quite a lot of other bike riders, including Valtteri Bottas and Tiffany Cromwell and a bunch of others who have links with this wonderful thing we call cycling. And I can't tell you the time but I'll have a look on my other timing device. 6:21, which means that in an hour and 9 minutes, we'll be a kilometre and a half down that way at Myrtle and Stone Café in Wollombi Valley, 150 odd kilometres north of Sydney, on a magical day made for cycling. And we'll be joining a bunch of other people to go and ride some gravel roads. So that's what I'm doing here. And I couldn't have asked for better conditions. This is the story of my ride for the summer solstice of 2024, 21st of December. Join me and let's see what the Wollombi Gravel Fest will deliver. Here comes the sun. How is it?
Pretty good.
How's the bike? You ready?
Yeah, it's good.
I think the whole idea of this weekend is to get a bunch of people together who like the same thing and showcase a region which is close to a big city, which is appropriate for gravel riding. Isn't that bloody simple? And if you live in Sydney, you know, you can sketch out a rough route, which gives you a little bit of off-road pleasure, but to get there, you've got to have a lot of on-road angst. But it wasn't a long drive here. It was a magically beautiful drive. It's also just basically a glorious setting to find yourself in on a weekend. It's time to lock up the tiny house and get off to the ride, and I'll report in from the gravel. Gate for me, please. I didn't bring you along for a holiday. Thank you, sir. Just rolled out the gate and have a look at this. I'll show you what I've just found. This is a good thing. Look at this sign. And look at this face. This is Liz Golan.
Official jersey on and everything.
You look great. Are you ready for a ride? Look at your crew. How many do you have there?
I've got lots of friends.
Oh. Are we going to talk properly later?
For sure.
Sweet.
Excellent.
Should we ride our bikes?
Yeah, let's go.
You ready?
Yeah, right.
Let's do it. Top spot, eh?
have fun, talk to everybody, have a wave to Tiff and Valtteri. They're going to start the ride at the front and lead you out. And I just think we probably won't do a big pack of 100 all the way, but just kind of, you know, gradually just kind of de-group a little bit. Tiff and Valtteri, do you want to say anything?
Firstly, a big thank you to Christy and her team. I think without them, we wouldn't be here. Thanks to all of you for coming out, and obviously to all the volunteers. We're excited to be here, first time in Wollombi, and looking forward to checking out the gravel.
Yes, good morning, everyone. Really good to be here, and yeah, thank you for everyone for organizing this. I think this is what gravel is about. So let's have fun, let's be safe, and enjoy, and let's have beer together after. Cheers.
No. Literally just rolled away from Myrtle and Stone. We've had a little rider briefing, and as Valtteri reminded us, this is gravel, which is to say, have a bit of fun, don't take it too seriously. It's not a race, it's a ride. Pacing, not racing, etc, etc, etc. So, I'm not going to talk too much, but I'll try and document the day when I can. Early days, I actually don't even know how far this ride is. I did enough research to find myself here, but the rest of the time I'm relying on Louis to tell me more of the detail because he reads the instructions. Hello, Alison. Alison is the owner of Chainsmith, which is a sponsor, and it's a bike shop on Cleveland Street in Sydney. Go there and have a look. It's a little hole in the wall, but there's a lot of exotica on offer. It's got a bit of a pace on, but it's, you know, following wheels, it makes life a whole lot easier. But there's a few splits forming, and Tiff and Valtteri are at the front of my group, and they've let another group go forward. So maybe we'll get a chat. We'll see how we go. And the gravel, perfect. Very nice, but at about 30k, I let them go. And not much commentary because the cicadas are ferocious. First little stop and I'm 40k in, and the first 30k I rode with everyone, and then it went uphill, and I lost the rhythm completely and utterly. Anyway, little brief break, maybe, hopefully, ideally at the top of a ridge, but I'm not sure. The gravel has been pretty bloody pristine. Like, you couldn't really ask for a better surface for these kinds of bikes. It's undulating, it's interesting, it's pretty, it's fuss-free, not a single traffic light. What more could you want? It's just been up, and then you think, oh, there's a ridge. Much like that one, and you think, oh, for that crest should be the crest, and it is, but only momentarily. So it's just up and down, up and down, up and down. And then, I'm actually riding on rock there, like one big rock, like sandstone, like, gravel, but... Happy, happy days. Come on. Behind me, as I make this left-hand turn, is about the only sunny patch. The rest of it's been pretty much under. The cooling shade of the Australian bush. Yeah, and there's not been much of this, as in potholes or water. So, yeah, dusty aesthetic, but not too bad, because I've certainly not been on the wheels of many people, because that ended an hour ago. I'm 2 hours in, 2 hours and 2 minutes now, almost 50 kilometres, 48.5, 30 degrees, and 914 metres of climbing. And now, camera in the pocket, because bit of a dipper, apparently.
I can't wait for the weekend. Gonna dive off the deep end. No, I don't need a reason, lose control. Pour me a glass, I toss it back, forget responsibility. It's hard to be 23 and don't know what's in front of me. Switches for the dead, now looking for comfort. Rather be a wreck than just be another.
I've just hit the 1,000 metres of climbing, and it's also 33 degrees. So, yeah, that's all. Just a data update. So apparently, that's not that far to go. And just bit of a fill up, a little bit of a chat with Christy's dad, and continuing. If I was to compare this to the gravel I did at Porpunka, or Mount Porpunka, I would say there's no comparison. This was way easier to ride, much smoother. I mean, you need to keep your wits about you. There's a couple of dips and stuff. But yeah, pretty easy, and certainly a lot closer to Sydney. Yeah, a bit of bitumen and some fields rather than forest, and crucially, a momentary pause from the cicada song. Oh my God, it has been ferociously loud, like extremely loud, and I'm coming back into it. But what impresses me enormously is organisational ability, the casual environment, the coming together of multi-generations of people who have had involvement with cycling, pro cycling, and other sports like Formula One, all coming together casually, only a couple of days before Christmas, well, 4 days, and it all just feeling so family and comfortable, relaxing, easy. It's the Scrimmo style, I reckon. Like, I can't express enough while I'm pedaling along after 3 hours in considerably warm temperatures. I can't express enough how impressed I am with Christy Scrimminger as an organiser, a professional, and a, what would you call it, a vibe creator, a good vibe generator. She's unreal, and she's done another outstanding job again with the team that she's built out here in Wollombi. But the cicadas are back, so I'm going to shut up. Almost back to base. So, I think we've just had the third feed station, which is terrific. Thank you very much. And now I think I'm going, I don't know what this is. Let's have a look. Oh my. But it wasn't a deliberate decision to just keep going no matter what. But just now I was tempted to turn back and show you something that I failed to film, which was this stunning piece of rock. And anyway, I guess it gives me a good excuse to ride again tomorrow and see what else I find and make sure I have the camera at the ready. So, little data update. Don't know how many calories, but I would say quite a lot. 80 kilometres, 1,180 metres of climbing, 36 degrees, and so far for me, 3 hours and 20 minutes. Did I mention it's the solstice? Did I mention that Christmas is 4 days away? I can't stand sitting in Lycra 1 second longer than a ride.